Yo, what's up guys? Renova here. I'm making this video as an update from my previous gear to my new current gear, from Kavaris region to Stia. I don't think I've made one of these videos in a while, so I figured now is a good time after the Stia's been out for about 2 weeks now. But yeah, before the Stia region, actually, I think I still have the loadout saved from the class gunner. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So the first weapon I made was of course a Kaiser weapon, and then the Obsidian weapon when the Ordinal Tower released. This is a very good training quest for the first time runs, since if you clear the tower once on each class, you'll get each weapon pre-built in your current respective class. Like if you clear the tower with Hunter class, you'll get all the Hunter weapons pre-built up to the enhancement of 40 with like 4 augments on it. And then if you clear with Fighter, same thing, you'll get all Fighter weapons instead, all pre-built. And yeah, the augments aren't that bad either. There's like 2 pieces I would replace with better ones. So my Kaiser was my first best in slot weapon with the updated augments at its time, with the Frostal 3, added Deft Mel, or this gave 2.5 potency on melee and floor potency, Alt Secular 3, Gigas Might 3, and then Deft Might. Of course, there are better augments out right now with the Steel region, with all the stat 4s and stuff. This, of course, could get better, but I don't know if I'm want to invest in this weapon anymore, because there's already better weapons that can give like better potential. I then moved on to the Obsidian weapons because I kept hearing that this weapon's somewhat better than the Kaiser weapons. But this one, I basically cut like 3 augments, or yeah, 3 augments, and then I replaced like 2 of them. The Addy Stephrema, which is like the new one, that gives like 3% potency and then 1% potency on the floor potency, and then HP and PP, which is nice. And then I added Gigas 3 at its time, because it was like, I don't think stat 4s was released to it. So yeah, it had Mastery, Vardy Soul, Triple Bull, and then I think it came with Deftness. There was something else, I forget, but I know it was Mastery and then Vardy Soul and Triple Bull. Yeah, it was Deftness. That's the one I replaced. The Christia, this shined during the event time, but now that's over. I don't know why I still have this in my Lodo, but ignore this weapon. This one doesn't exist. So yeah, so first, I tried to clear the purple Kavaris trigger with the Kaiser weapons, but I don't remember if it was with the Obsidian or the Kaiser. I might have to look back in the video, because I did record a video of me trying to clear it like a while back. Yeah, for my armors before, these were all basically best in slot as well. This one with a Fixit 2, the Fixit 2 Enthusia, which gives offensive PP recovery, which is nice. I feel like that's really good on Braver, but I digress. There could be better ones. It had Mastery 4, which I gambled this one for sure, which gives potency 2.5 on floor potency and just normal potency. Frost Assault 3 gives Might 3, and then I think this one came from Trinitas? It was either Trinitas or one of the Cannibal Rumbles. But yeah, and then Alt Secular 3. Okay, so this one's basically the same thing. Fixed Enthusiast level 3. The only thing that changed from this one to this one is that this one doesn't have Mastery, and then it was replaced with Eddie Death Melt, because Mastery is so expensive still, and I didn't want to invest in like much more meseta just to gamble the augment. So I replaced it with Eddie Death Melt, which was pretty much good enough. For my greatest armor, this one is basically my treasure, because it was my very first rare drop from back in Retem region, where this gave Fixed 5 Enthusia. My goodness, this was so good. And then I decided to roll with this one until like Steel release, and then I had to upgrade. So this one was rocking, of course, Mastery 4. So 2 of these augments had Mastery, or 2 of these armors had Mastery 4s. Alt Secular 3, Gigas Might 3, Dust Soul, which is one of the newer ones before the Steel release, and then the Tria. And I don't remember where I got this one, but yeah. I'm probably gonna pass these weapons to my alts now, because I have a much better build, which I'll show later in the video. This, I will never get rid of this. This is my treasure. My treasure. Okay, now if we move on to my current gear, which is the current best in slot gear, which I tried to make. Okay, so this is my current build, right? So what I'm running is the Kuklifis Katana with Fix of 3, with Braid Soul 4, Might 4, Gigas Might 4, Altaker 4, and then Addy Delph Rama, which is one of the newer Addy capsules. And then the process of building my armor was pretty much a hassle, since the pricing of these augments were getting pretty high. And then I had some saved up, so I just gambled most of them. So, of course, I had Might 4, Mastery 4. I think it was only in one of them. Yeah, so Might 4, Mastery 4, Frayed Soul 4, Altaker 4, and then the same Addy capsule again with Daddy Death Rama, or Mel Ra, sorry. And then the next 3 pieces were basically the same. The only difference is that this one, I have the Gigas Might 4S, which was purchasable from the SG treasure shop or something like that. No, it wasn't the treasure shop. It was from the SG shop. It was like 600 SG for like a pack or something like that, and that's where I got this from. This one has the Dread Keeper. And I'm very iffy about this one because I'm like having a war between not keeping this one, but I'm also wanting to keep this one because the way my build plays out right now is that I have Addy capsules of Def Mel Raz on everything, the one I'm running right now. So like my katana has it, and each of my armors has it too. So I'm pretty sure that's a decent amount of floor potency that I have already. And then I feel like this one's just extra. And if I do replace it, it will probably be like one of the Stira Dominus or something like that, or like Mastery, if I decide to like change it. But right now this is solid with HP and PP with 50 HP and 10 PP, and then 6% potency increase of floor potency, and then you get a bit of damage resistance. But in the end, it's basically Mastery but without potency, you know. All right, so here's the fun part. You're probably wondering, why did I build melee in the first place, knowing that it's like the most expensive build in the entire game, well, the expensive stat, because everything is like melee based, and then there's like no UQs or anything that will drop like melee augments. Well, I built melee for 2 reasons. One, all classes that use melee will benefit from this, so there's a plus in that. And then there's like 4 classes that uses melee weapons. So like Hunter, Fighter, Braver, and Bouncer, because Braver has Katana and then Bouncer has Soaring Blades. And number 2, if you remember the new skill that Braver and Bouncer have, I did make an updated video of the skill tree about this. I'll link it down below, and then I'll put a card on the top right or something like that. The special ability optimization on both trees, here, let me pull it up. In the class skill, Braver main, and then the skill right here, the special ability optimization Braver, and then Bouncer has it too, the special ability optimization Bouncer. The reason I've made this is because, of course, this benefits hybrid classes. So since Bouncer and Braver can use more than one stat, this is perfect. Taking the stat of the highest potency on either melee, ranged, or technique and convert it as a main highest depending on the augment you settle with. So whether it be like melee, if you build melee stats, it'll focus on that. And if you use like a range weapon, and then if affects melee on it, it'll just focus on melee potency instead of range. You get the idea. In my case, what I just showed you, I built a melee build. So since Braver has Katana and Bouncer has Soaring Blades, those main focuses on melee stat, which is perfect. Not only did I build this for the Katana and Soaring Blades, but with the new skill, the special ability optimization, this allows me to expand the melee potency to the bow and jet boots. And usually bow is a range potency, and then while the jet boots is focused on tech potency. Now that I can multi-weapon Katana with the bow and Soaring Blades with jet boots without having to worry about the range and tech potency augments, since that skill basically converts it for me, which is amazing. So yeah, I hope I made this clear, since I know the skill is a bit confusing to understand. Yeah, so if we go back to compare the best in slot, between my Kavaris gear and then my current Stia gear. If I switch to my Kaiser loadout, which I still have right here, okay, and then if I open up my character menu, character info, stat information, I have up to, can I zoom in on this? Oh, this new feature is amazing already. Okay, so my Kaiser build puts me up to 71.3%. This is what I use to try to clear the Kavaris purple trigger at its time. If I switch to my Dia gear, which is this one, okay, and then if I go back, character menu, character info, and then I zoom in again, this puts me up to 92.5%. That's like almost 20% increase. And then plus I increased the floor potency, which is my Dreadkeeper 4, that gives 6% increase on floor potency. So yeah, if I didn't have that and then I replaced that with like the normal potency, I would probably get this to like 98, 99, or at least 100. That would be nice. But RNG doesn't like me, and yeah, I also don't like how my battle power is like really close to 3300. That 299 is triggering. I don't know about you, but that 99 is that's a sussy number, you know. So yeah, that's basically my build. The Addy Deft ones were the most expensive ones because they're like 4.2 mil a piece, and that rounded up to like, I don't know, 18 mil around there, something like that. And then the rest was like 200k a piece. And if I didn't do the Gamba route, it would probably go up to like 30 mil or something. So yeah, I'm too lazy to do that. You guys can do it for me if you want. You don't have to. It's just my guess, but it was expensive. And yeah, this definitely hurt in the end, but of course it was worth it. I would also like a Gunblaze Katana too, since the potency really the potential really piqued my interest, and I want to test it out, see how good it is. So if I can get my hands on that, it would be great. I wouldn't mind it as a Christmas present, you know? But yeah, anyways, if you decide to go the same route as me, be prepared because it's not cheap. Especially if you build the melee stats other than the other two, it can get pretty pricey depending on what you build on your gear, and it's not cheap. So yeah, I hope this was informative and gives you an idea on what to build if you want to go the best in slot way like mine, or the alternative budget way. And I hope this helps. I would appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel for more PSO2 content. I do have more guides coming. Just right now is not really the best time because, you know, I'm out with family and I'm busy celebrating Christmas, and then New Year's is coming up, so I'm probably gonna be away for a bit. So yeah, subscribe for more PSO2 content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and happy holidays.